Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the first game of the season. It's the GiriCast watch along, and a day where, up until about 2 hours ago, Alex, I didn't know if I could even watch this game tonight. So first of all, let me ask, how are you, and how was the stress of finding this match or paying for this match on you today?
It started off all right, and then I don't know whether it's just technology is a wonderful thing, but sometimes you think, oh, this will work easily. No. So obviously, I'm on my laptop to talk to you and talk about the game, but I thought, I'll use my mum's laptop to get the stream up and I'll connect it to the TV. Does that work? No. FEF TV can't be accessed through Edge, Bing, Chrome, anything. I can't say I'm surprised, to be honest. So now I'm logging in through my PlayStation's Internet Explorer.
Wow, old school way of doing things.
Yes.
And only 3 minutes and 3 minutes, bang on.
Yeah.
30 segundos as well, but no.
I'm touch and go. How about you? Have you managed to get a stream?
I think so. So just to test it, I have been successfully watching the Merida and the Dayport games,
Oh, yeah.
just to see whether it actually happens. And then I clicked off it for a second, and then it went, "Oh, we're launching this site in 4 days." I went, "What? I thought you'd already launched this site already." I've just been on it, so I had a mild panic attack. And then I think I've got it back on. So I'm just watching the countdown now. I'm hoping that this stream just pops up, because otherwise I've been watching this clock for the last 10 minutes, thinking something might happen. So, yeah. But essentially, this is going to be the GiriCast live stream. So it's obviously fantastic that we've got this facility to watch the games. There was, a lot in the air about it not even happening, with footers ending and this deal only being sort of announced, a week and a half ago. So to be fair to them, they've put it together pretty quickly, which is great. But we're assuming that there's going to be no English commentary available. And I think as much as it's nice to have the Spanish commentary, and Alex, I know that you'd understand every single word of it, someone like myself who can really only ask for tables and beers, not so much. So we're going to provide sort of an alternative commentary. Do you have much experience in commentary, Alex?
I do. Well, I've done some work for Sport Direct Radio. I was unfortunately on the radio when England lost that Euro final to Italy.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I've had my fair share of disappointment as a football fan. But yes, I've, had a bit of experience on Spanish TV. Never done, I guess, I correct myself. I've done some radio commentary for the university. So I've had a little bit of experience. What about yourself?
Well, obviously, you know my credentials. I had to present them to Chris Marquez when I wanted to join the GiriCast with all my degrees and experience in order to join this, wonderful journalistic organisation that we're a part of. But apart from doing commentary on AFC File for a few years, so started off, but did a bit of commentary for them, which is good. Other than that, not an awful lot to share on that front. I trade in the journalist lifestyle to sell shampoo, so you got to follow the heart. So, but yeah, it's going to be great as well, because the best part is that anyone who's watching on Twitter or on YouTube can send us comments. We've also had one from Dr. Me VIP, says, "Thanks for doing this, guys." Hey, no problem at all. We're going to be watching it anyway. Carl Smith wants to know if we have any Yeovil updates so far.
Yes.
Whilst we're 4 seconds away from kickoff, or at least the stream starting. The
big day for Yeovil.
Now, so I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeovil beat Tunbridge Angels 2-0 today, and we are third in the table, off top. So yeah, that's your weekly Yeovil update.
Oh, that sounds like it's all good to go then. Good to go. So Steve Jackson's also, he says hola, and to which Carlos has responded. So now I've also got my screen back that says that I'll be able to subscribe to this from Wednesday the 23rd. So I actually can't even see this game yet. And I'm assuming that you can't either. I've just got the countdown on as it starts. So hopefully it'll be appearing up sometime soon. Like I say, we're not putting a lot of faith in this actually working for us too much.
Are you that surprised that it's working?
I don't know. I kind of thought about it before when I was I was emailing FEF today, sort of like going, what's happening? I can't pay for it. I can't do this. I can't do that. And kind of the answers were kind of got was saying like, oh well, have you checked your bank card on your end? I was like, yeah, that's the first thing I did. And then it just kind of worked at some point in the afternoon to get the subscription. And then it was later on when the finally switched to Edge off Chrome that I could get through first time, no problems. So it's been a trying day, let's put it that way. So yeah, and it's still, as far as I'm aware, from what I'm clicking on here, I still can't actually watch the live game. I don't know if anyone in the comments is currently tuned in, considering that kickoff was 60 seconds ago. I'm still not quite there. Let's put it that way.
I'm getting these screens.
Yes, that's what I was getting as well. So I'm assuming if we're both getting that, then it's the same everywhere else. So we're not the nightmare. It is being happened somewhere else. But maybe just for a bit of fun, then let's just remind ourselves potentially of what the starting 11 looks like. So you can see it scrolling across the bottom of your screen. Whilst this computer just has a little meltdown at me, that's fine. So, to be fair, Alex, what do you think of this starting 11? It's probably not too dissimilar to what you selected, actually. Especially with the aforementioned Roberto starting up front, but
yeah,
not a lot of the young players that we were thinking about.
No, I can understand that. I can understand that. I think first game of the season there'll be a lot of pressure, and I think just start us off the season. This is obviously wishful thinking on my part, but if we can get a win, maybe start some momentum, then start blooding in the young players. Obviously, I think that one of the things about young players and playing them, if you start losing, it does take a hit on their confidence a lot more than the experienced players. So I can see why Pellicer has gone for a more experienced side in this game.
Yeah, I think, like you say, away Castellón as well. Am I saying that right, Alex? Because I got called out on this in the GiriCast group the other day for saying Castellón.
Yes,
I'm from Lancashire, so those double L's.
Yes, it's Castellón.
Castellón. So I remember that for the rest of the game as well. But I think you're absolutely bang on. I think Pellicer really needed to go in with the strongest and most experienced 11 for the opening game, certainly in terms of the personnel that we have there. Dione starting up top, it just seems to be a given for this season. Obviously, there's not been too many people been brought in to challenge him either for that sort of like central number 9 role. Maybe they're expecting Roberto to do that, and maybe he has done that. As we'll keep exploring here. Are you in yet, Alex? Because I'm being told if we go to calendar,
okay,
we might be able to see the game. Hopefully, you know what this says to me, though, right? This says to me that all the other teams were tuning in and watching their game normally, all 6 of them, 7 of them, and then when Malaga came on, we crashed the website. That is the only suggestion that I've got.
Malaga are massive everywhere we go.
Exactly. So I'm going to actually flip my laptop over here now because I'm using my wife's fancy laptop here that can go upside down and do screens and everything. So I'm going to see if I can just get the buttons to work.
Why is it so hard to have a streaming site that works? Why is that?
To be fair to me, if they put it together in a week and a half, Alex, I might be in here. I might be in.
Oh God, you lucky bastard!
I could be in. It's buffering. I've been given a screen of some sorts.
Well, according to SofaScore, the game's just started.
Well, that about says everything, doesn't it, really? So for people asking, Ross Newman says, how can you watch the game? So there is a website called FEF TV. They are the people that are broadcasting the game this season. I am in, Alex. So let me just read that there for us. I'm in. which is great. I've missed the first 4 minutes, so apologies. So just to go back to you, Ross, if you go into the FEF TV website, at the minute there is no app. It's just literally based on the website whilst they build the app. You can access it through your internet browser. If you're on your phone, the same browser on there. If you're using a Fire Stick TV, I believe, if you go to the browser option on your Fire Stick, you can access it through there as well. You do have to subscribe for it. So it is a payment of, I think it's $9.99 if you just want to watch Premiere. However, what I've gone for this week, just to make sure that it works, just to make sure I didn't have to buy any VPNs, which I haven't, I've taken the 7-day free trial with the €12.99 option. So all you need there is just to sign up with your name and your email address, get through that part, put your card details in, and I say you're away. Like I say, we've only just managed to click on. I think, Alex, you're still struggling by the sounds of things.
Struggling, but managing. No, I'm getting the red screen again.
No. I think if you go, I think Dr. Me VIP is absolutely bang on. If you go,
hang on,
are you in?
Hello. I think I might be in here. Promising
stuff. Well, you're joining us a very good time. It looks like there is a free kick to Castellón, a foul from Juande at the edge of the box. So kind of maybe lucky not to have given a penalty here.
Apparently, the game doesn't exist.
Sounds like Juande's picked up an early yellow for that. So Escassi 2.0 is well in action right now.
Right. So yeah, currently the only games on at the moment are Osasuna Promesas. Oh yeah, I'm back to the red screen. You tried to do too much on this website. We're going to kick you back to this red screen that we give everyone else.
Prosan says, "Hi, I'm Malagista from Czech Republic, and I can't buy anything on FEF TV. Just a red screen. Any advice? If it's coming up with an error message, Prosan, if you're using Google Chrome, which I think a lot of us were doing today, that wasn't working for anyone to be able to buy anything on FEF TV. If you go to your Microsoft Edge browser, or if you download that onto your phone." That's what I did this afternoon, and I got through straight away. So try Microsoft Edge first before you try Chrome. Carl's still on the red screen of death. Well, I'll keep you up to date. We're 7 minutes in here in Castellón, and it appears that Castellón are having the better of things at the moment. Herrero in that beautiful pink goalkeeper kit, really gestating to his defenders to get on top of things as well, because Roberto from that corner was really outleapt. Daniel Drega, red screen. I was able to subscribe the other day. Little good that get me. I would have to say with this website, and after speaking with FEF TV today via email, which was hilarious as well, because obviously I can't speak Spanish, so I'm translating literally through the text option in my phone. And I think obviously then it translates it back. And at the bottom of the email, it just said, "We are waiting," to me. And I assume they're saying, "We're waiting to hear your reply." And it just went, "We are waiting." As on comes through Hernandez. Roberto really just sauntering around a little bit there. I thought he might have been quicker to the action. As correct me on this one, Alice. Is it Juanpe? Or Juanpe. Juanpe. Malaga's new number 8.
Obviously, the old Malaga player who went to, correct me if I'm wrong, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Middle East, around there.
I think he's on his way there now. I believe. Is he on the books of Betis, if I remember rightly? And I think they're trying to ship him to the land of milk and honey. So I think that's another one of those fantastic little deals where you can just ship off all your bad goods and make some money, which is what a lot of people are doing at the minute. And Malaga seem to be benefiting from that, which is, not the worst thing in the world when you've got no cash. So, yeah, people are still getting the red screen of death, unfortunately. I think the most aggrieved person in this has got to be Carl Smith, because I'm pretty sure he signed up at literally 1 minute past midnight on the 23rd. And now he seems to be in the mud with it.
About to have some bad news, Nick. Malaga conceded their first goal of the season.
Yes, so I believe. I think my stream is just a little bit behind which I think just says everything about this app. So providing commentary isn't going to be much use to anyone if we can't even be in sync. But I'm just waiting for this to happen here. As far as I'm still aware, Castellón has still got the ball around the halfway line. Would it be good if we could show it? Oh, ball comes through. Yep, it was a good save, to be fair, from Herrera, but the rebound converted very, very well by Castellón. That is a poacher's finish, to say the least. And that is an early blow for Malaga. That really, really is. I don't think we can say that Malaga have been on top. They've been quite under the cosh in this game so far. But to concede within the first 10 minutes is not a good sign. And I suppose Herrero, he couldn't have done much more. The goal scorer is Medu Janin or Medu Hanin, depending on your reflection. But the ball's just a simple one over the top. Juandé's just caught watching, really. Great save from Herrero, but then it's just the rebound there where you'd expect maybe Einar, who gives the goal scorer a little shove away, ironically giving him a little bit of space before he takes a shot. So, really, the way I've seen those two performing in pre-season, I would have expected a lot better from Einar, if I'm honest. And Malaga have got it all left to do, unfortunately. So I will have to, for the first time this season, go and amend the scores.
Not to be a pessimistic follower, supporter, football fan, I feel like that might not be the first time, that might not be the last time that we're saying that. I definitely won't be, and I feel like we'll be saying that a few times this season.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there a little bit, Alex, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. It just seemed to be, and I don't mean this in the nastiest way, but those were the kind of errors we were making a lot last season as well. Not really defending strongly, not really putting the effort in, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. This is the first game of the season in the first 10 minutes, and you've got your defenders there which are just being too lackadaisical for a better want of a word. So if you guys have seen the goal at home, just let us know what you think. I think Prosan absolutely hits the nail on the head that being Malaguista is pain. It's probably the best way I could ever describe it, being perfectly honest with you, because it's just not fantastic at the minute. As Castellón on my screen come down here again, it's a good clearance on Juandé. For me, Malaga just need to just get a foot on the ball here. I'm sure Pay says on the side there thinking, what have we been working on all summer just for this to be the reaction?
Have patience, lads. Yeovil lost their first game of the season to Hemel Hempstead 1-0, and we're now third in the league, 2 points behind top. So, we'll have faith.
Yeah, do you know what I'm going to try and do? I'm going to try and see if I can speed. Oh, if I mess with this now, no, I can't. I can't speed it up. Bugger. We'll just have to watch it behind everybody else. That's fine. So yeah, it's not the best, is it? Blackpool lost for the first time today as well. Carl in the comments absolutely nails it here. Same poor defending as last season. Which is strange, in one effect, because there's only one defender that survived in that back four from last year, but it's the one that was in the squad. And I know we mentioned it in the pod on Wednesday, Alex, about, really going forward. You'd think that maybe Nelson Monte, with the season he had last year in Portugal, would be that first choice, and possibly along Einar as well, considering that he was again playing in the Croatian top flight, but it has looked very handy this pre-season. Is this maybe a sign of things to take Juandé away from that and then to see what the effect is?
Yeah, I think it's difficult. I think the first game of the season is always, any team, unless you're Real Madrid or Barcelona, will struggle to those first 10 minutes. They're always going to be difficult because it's the first competitive game of the season. You can play as many friendlies as you want to. That competitive nature of football, it takes a bit to get back into it, especially the players who haven't played in that league. They have to get used to the pace. So, obviously it's hard. We've experienced this too many times as Malaga fans, but hopefully, I'm trying to keep a positive head, trying to maintain a more positive outlook on this game. I'm hoping we can come back. If we scrape a draw or get a 2-1 win, I feel like we could get some momentum going.
Well, that's the bonus, isn't it? When you concede so early on, you've still got plenty of time to rectify the situation, because it's never a great start. But we are away, possibly one of the hardest away grounds to visit in this league, and dropping down into Primera offers its own challenges too, because it is a tough league. There is not necessarily a drop in level, because I don't think there's too much, in my opinion, between Segunda and Primera in terms of talent and in terms of a challenge. That's why we can see Villarreal B and Andorra doing so well last year. But I think the difference is it's just a bit of a slog. You know what I mean? They are long seasons. They are against teams which are a lot more turgid than you might be used for. A bigger blend of those kind of teams. No doubt Castellón are going to be one of the teams we play that have got a bit about them and a bit of gal, but there are other teams which will literally just set up to get a 0-0 if they can. So much of this to keep our eye on, as I'm just seeing now, Hernandez, not Hernandez, the only trying to square for Hernandez, but just ends up in the hands of the Castellón goalkeeper. Prosan says, we are going down. Bit of an early judgment, that, Prosan. There's still a lot of football to play, but I can see why people would maybe think that as well, because I think the challenge is definitely there.
I feel like that would be they would definitely have to make some sort of Netflix series out of Malaga then. If if we got relegated from La Liga, spent 4 seasons to Segunda, and then got relegated to Primera, and then got relegated to Segunda, the nightmare. It's a real life nightmare.
No, it's just heartbreaking, isn't it? Like, if you think about it. Oh, what does this do? Oh, I'm now fully up to speed. I fixed it. There we go. I'm now in time, hopefully. So the good news is, within that 4 minutes lapse I was behind, we haven't gone down even further by another goal. But Castellón are still on the ball, and if Steve Jackson, if you're listening and in the comments, you could just confirm that your clock also says 18 minutes, and that means we are probably on the money a little bit as well. So almost 20 minutes into this game, Castellón 1 and Malaga 0, unfortunately. Prosan is asking, where are you from? It's rare to see Malaguistas away from Spain. Well, Alex, you're from... I don't actually know where you're originally from. You move around so much. I know you're from South England. I know that much.
Yeah, I was born in Oxford, grew up in the West Country, but yeah, south of England. But my love of Malaga has come from holidaying in that part of the world every summer from a very early age.
Yes, not too dissimilar to my own story. I'm Northern England, as you might be able to tell from the accent, in the beautiful county of Lancashire. Way better than the one on the other side of the country, that Yorkshire one. We don't like them.
Good job we don't have any Yorkshiremen on the podcast.
I was going to say, I don't know too many Yorkshire Malaguistas, if I'm honest with you, but yeah, that's where we're from. There's obviously Matt, who's from Wales originally, but he is based in Marbella. He's a teacher out there. There's Chris Marquez, who is he was based in the Netherlands, but he's just moved back from to Spain because I think he lived there when he was younger. And there's loads of us as well. So if you're not following us on Twitter or anything like that, go find us at GearyCastPod. We get the statistics from all over the place, and we get people in Hawaii, Japan, Korea, Germany, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, and things like that. So Doncaster as well. So, yes, Steve says Bet365 says 20 minutes. I've got some people saying 1906. Carl, mine's up to 1955. So maybe just a few seconds out now, which is not too bad. So it looks like Yes, Frederick, I agree with you. They do need to get on top of this, to be fair. I thought maybe they would potentially have just put everything on Freeview this week. Kind of like if they were doing a trial anyway, and they were having the problems they were having, because I don't think it's people outside of Spain that were just having this issue. I think there were people in Spain that had subscribed, but they were still getting the red screen of death. They were still being unable to access the material. So I thought at one point they were just going to go, bugger it, let's just get everybody on so they can watch it. But
that would be sensible.
Yeah, that would be too sensible, wouldn't it? So 100%, Frederick. I think if they can get it all right during the week and maybe even look at this as like a little pilot run, then hopefully they can get it all sorted. I think as far as what's being presented is concerned, the quality of the program, the finish, the cameras is brilliant. I listened to a little bit of the Spanish commentary earlier. I don't know if there is an English option. I don't think there is. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with the product, but let's just see how many more issues we have going on during the rest of the season. Because wasn't footers a bit like this, Alex? Like just a bit difficult to use.
I mean, I never actually used footers, thankfully. Apparently, the Malaga game doesn't exist for me, so I'm logged in, and I've paid for my subscription. But the next game isn't until the 24th of May, 2024, against Real Madrid Castilla. So yeah,
right. Which
that
one might be the game that we go for.
Maybe I'll come on the pod then. Oh no, hang on. They've done. I get why they've done this now. They've put the calendar upside down, so they put the games first at the bottom of the page. That makes a lot of sense.
That makes loads of sense. That's perfect. Well, that just says everything, doesn't it? So yeah. But to be fair, it's really kind of, from what I'm watching, settled down a little bit between now. That neither team really getting a foot on the ball. Maybe I would say that Castellón are shading it a little. They look quite handy, to be fair. I can't say I know any of the players. I know Matt was waxing lyrical about some young ginger chap in our group chat, but I can't see any young ginger chaps on the pitch at the minute. Maybe he can let us know at half time if he comes to join us. But I must say as well, Alex, I really like Castellón's kit. It's kind of classic, but still looks excellent.
I'm in. Yes. After 23 minutes, I'm watching Malaga.
So what does your clock say?
23:09.
Oh, I'm on 23:08. So at least we're in the same ballpark then, ish. Okay. You might just have a couple of seconds on me.
Hello.
Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. It's Hernandez at the end of the box. Takes a shot. Ooh. We like that.
I don't know. I haven't been watching it, but it feels like that's the first positive play we've had in a while.
That is. There was that ball put across the box earlier, which didn't trouble the goalkeeper in any single way. But yeah, I think as for an effort on target, that is possibly the first one.
You asked me a question before, but I can't remember what you asked. What was the question?
Oh, I also can't remember. What do you think of the setup, by the way? That's what I want to know.
Yes, I love it. It's very nice,
isn't it? I need to paint the yellow walls because they don't take the light well. But in this new little office / podcast studio / wardrobe.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a let off. That is a big let off. Is he offside?
I feel like it. Oh, it feels too good to be offside. God. This season's going to be so long.
We have a visitor to the live stream who should be in bed. Why are you not in bed?
There's a spider on the toy box. I just looked on the big light and I saw it.
There's a spider on your toy box and you came to me? Stole it.
I asked my mum and she said that there's no way she's going to touch it.
Okay, fair enough then. Can I watch this and then I'll sort that spider? That spider's not going to go anywhere, is it?
Scares me.
You're fine, don't worry about it. You go and get tucked into bed and tell that spider off, and then I'll come at half time and I'll come and yeah.
Oh.
If you really want to. Oh, ball in once again.
Can I watch the ball? Because I like football.
Do you like football, do you?
Yes.
So you've got people saying hello to you here. So you've got, do you remember Paul that we met in Malaga? He says hello. There we go. Super Daddy getting his priorities right. You are not wrong, but priorities that will be rectified in 20 minutes time. No, we can stay there. All right, buddy. You can sit over there. That sounds perfect. You sit on that chair. You squeeze there.
Just the right size to get.
You're just the right size. Yeah, no worries. So, is everybody on this
train?
We do, don't we? So everyone seems to be up on the same time now, which is quite good. As Castellón come forward once again. Oh, lovely little back heel there, but it's enough for Sangali to deal with. He's been a bit quiet in this game. Here comes the only down the right.
Just not quick enough. I don't know whether it's like, Castellón seem to be playing nice passing football, but Malaga always seem to be waiting that extra 2 or 3 seconds and then, get dispossessed like that incident there with Dione. I remember your question now. It's about the Castellón kit. I do like the Castellón kit. It also, though, given me flashback to when Matt and I went to watch Cartagena away and we lost. So I'm a bit sort of keep getting flashbacks to that.
Yeah, I think it's not too dissimilar kind of stadium either, is it? So yeah, I know Matt has been to watch a game here before because he went on his way back from Andorra, if I remember rightly, and then he was going to check it out there. So he I think was it Pablo Hernandez he went to watch.
Yeah, it was.
Why are they playing like that? They play like this all the time, Ruby. It's very frustrating. And the worst part is that we have to pay for it now. It used to be free.
No.
Oh, that's a foul.
Frederick, he says he hopes the away shirt is available in store in Malaga now that he wants it so bad. I believe it is still. I managed to grab it in the store when I was over a couple of weeks ago. I think online you can't get it, but someone was sharing a link with us earlier that said if you ordered it from this particular website, you can make it available in store. You can just do like a click and collect. So for when you're next over there, Frederick, or you might be over there now, I'm not too sure. Definitely grab all of it. I've got it hung up over there. It is gorgeous. I was toying. I did hang my scarf up, didn't I? I had to put it somewhere. Yes, and ProSan is also right. That classic football shirt sells it too, and they ship worldwide.
Do something with this scarf.
I do need to do something with that scarf, don't I?
Maybe you could put it over there.
Potentially.
And make this a football watching room.
I wonder if I text your mum and see what she says. Because you're supposed to be in bed, you know that. You're making me look like a good parent for getting the spider, but you're making me look like a bad parent because it's 9 o'clock. You're little. You're supposed to be in bed.
I'm only 6.
I know you're only 6. That's why it's bad.
That's not bad.
So a nice effort from distance there from Castellón. Yeah. I do really like this goalkeeper kit, Alex. I really like it.
It's pink.
It is pink. Do you want to should we get that for you when we next go to Spain?
Yeah.
Yeah, shall we?
I like them.
I've been logged out of the game. Nice.
Biscuits.
Biscuits indeed. Well, I'll let you know here now. We've just got another free kick here. And it's a card for Gil. Oh, here comes Mummy.
Come on, you, Dad. But there's a big spider.
I'll get the spider at half time. Don't worry. Right, how about you go and sit in my side of the bed then, and I'll come get the spider in a bit, right?
Oh,
What's that say? Oh, it's forbidden.
I'm forbidden. Request forbidden by administrative rules.
Oh, God. Well, Joaquin Gabilondo is standing over a free kick here. He's a player who I think is really, good old family drama. You get everything on the Giri cast. None of this polished television lark. This is different. There is a spider in the bedroom somewhere, and it must be dealt with. And I think my wife, to be fair play to her, she's taken herself down to the reading nook, and she's right into a book. I think she's probably had to put it down because of text saying, "Help me." But yeah, hopefully the spider will just make its own way. Spiders are good. I like spiders.
I think I might be back in, unless no, I'm forbidden.
You're forbidden as well. Well, fortunately, I've still got it because the trick is not to touch it. If you don't touch it, it can't switch itself off. That's the game.
I wasn't even looking at it, and it switched
it just happened. So Dr. Me VIP, he says we need to get Kevin on. I'm sure there is a certain Welshman in the crowd who agrees with you. And Cal says there is not enough creativity in the team. And to be fair, I'd agree. I'd agree with you on that one. In this lineup, there just isn't that midfield. To me, seems very, very flat. You know, I think we've got midfielders who can complement each other a lot better. I know Ramon is injured, but when you look at Juanpe, Gennaro, and Sangali, they're too similar to me to be playing in an engine like that. You need to have maybe like a Dani Lorenzo or a Dani Larrubia in there, just to add a bit of spark. You know, like we did with Febas and Villalba last year. So I wouldn't be surprised if at halftime we see a couple of changes like that. I know you can't actually see it so far, but on your brief,
I'm back in now.
Interlude.
Chris is for those of you who watched the podcast 2 weeks ago when it was me and Nick doing our starting 11s, I said I want to see Roberto starting up front with Dioni, and Chris has just sent a message to our GearyCast WhatsApp group going, "Take Roberto out, please. I don't want to hear any more Roberto nonsense this season."
And again, I agree with him because, to be fair, I think it's really sort of isolating Dioni a little bit. I think we all acknowledged the other day, and I think it was Luke who said it, that, you know, Dioni needs a certain kind of service, and once you get that service to him, he's shown that he can finish. He's shown it, especially at this level, he can be a handful. At the minute, with essentially two other strikers around him, you know, Roberto again playing out of position on the left wing, and I know Juan Hernandez is a right midfielder, but again, he seems to be the only one that's trying to link up with him well. At the minute, it just seems very obtuse. There just doesn't seem to be, as Kyle says, enough creativity in here to unlock Castellón, unfortunately. I think at the back we're doing a little bit better than we were before, which is quite nice.
It feels like, and yeah, we're on the right-hand side here.
Oh, we are. Is that Roberto?
Oh, go on. Cross in. Oh, it's gone over the bar. My grandma could have done better than that.
Oh, that is a bad miss, to be fair.
403 forbidden pops up when Yeovil updates are given.
When the comparisons come through. Yeah, that is a big chance wasted there. I'm sure you guys will be seeing it at home now, but it's a lovely ball over the top. He's definitely onside for Roberto, and I think maybe he just takes a little bit too long to get this cross away. Hernandez does well to peel away at the back post, but I think he was always maybe a little bit on the short side for taking that one on. But you know, we should be hitting the target from there, surely, Alex.
I think so. This is, as I was going to say, the passing seems to be going well at the back, but there seems to be nothing after that. It seems to be, we'll pass it around. Oh, bloody hell, what do we do now? Oh, just hoof it up and see if anyone gets it. There's no... The midfield basically might as well not be there. We're on the left-hand side here, claiming for a penalty. We got a penalty. Yes.
Oh, that is a handball. Absolutely. And remember, no VAR in this league.
No VAR. So once.
What is said is gone.
This week, I'm going to say I hate VAR. Next week, I'm going to say I hate the fact that we don't have it. But yeah, as I was saying,
Yeah.
Sorry, you go first.
No, Alex, you were saying.
I was saying, that is definitely a handball. I think, it seems to be we'll pass it out and we'll look like we're a team that can pass out for the back. But after that, it's hit and hope. Like that one, it was a ball up top. The service that I feel like we should be playing to Dione and Roberto is not long ball. And that's all we've been playing so far. I feel like the midfield, like you said, the three very similar midfielders, no variety. There's quick passing football I'd like to see. That's not happening. I feel like I'm asking a lot, but it's just awful.
I'm quite enjoying the last. I've been keeping an eye on the last 10 minutes because I'm hoping he's going to be my new good time boy.
Oh, yes! He's missed it, and then who scored? Genaro.
Oh, thank God!
Oh,
yeah, I've just watched it there. Just Dione, who we're expecting to score a lot of goals this season, ricochets it off the post.
Oh, God.
But it's Genaro who's in there with the follow-up.
Poor keeping. If I feel like I'm being, he's fuming. The keeper, the ex-Málaga keeper, Gonzalo Cretas. If you see him throw his bottle at the floor, he's fuming.
I did, yeah. He doesn't seem too happy about it, does he?
It was a good penalty. I don't know how he scored that. I'll be honest with you. The keeper or the defender should have been stopping that.
To be fair, I'm just watching it back now. That it is actually a tidy finish. It really is.
It's lovely.
You got to give where credit's due, and Genaro, with respect, has taken a lot of pelters recently. A lot of people really unimpressed with his performances last year. People expected him to be out the door this summer, but he was kept in favour of Escassi. And, first game back, he was another one who, when he was on the team sheet, I was thinking, nah, not for me today. But he's done it there. To be fair, that is a great goal on the rebound, and you've got to act really quickly for that as well, haven't you?
With that, the rebound, that is where, and I love those sort of players. It's that's the 1%. You're playing at 99%, but that's the extra 1%. Being ready for the second ball, even if you don't think it's going to come. You'd be there 99 times and nothing happens, but the 100th time something comes along. So that's brilliant from Genaro. Someone's down. I didn't see who went down, but it doesn't look good. It looks quite serious. One thing. It feels like Prosan saying Genaro is better than Modric. I feel like I'd take Modric over Genaro, but
maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit.
But then after that goal, is that Genaro down?
I think it's Juanpe.
So it just, what was it? Oh, the numbers. That was it. What's the deal with the numbers? So in Segunda and La Liga, you all have the same print of numbers, but when you go down to Primera, Málaga have got different numbers. They've got the same number as Depor, but Castellón have still got the same Segunda numbers. I'm not really sure if it's just to pick what you want or it's an interesting one.
Yeah, it feels like a bit of a free-for-all, really, doesn't it?
Which, I'm all for, letting clubs make the decisions, but I feel like it'd be a lot nicer if they all had the same numbers. It's just me going off one of my tangents. Luke is a little bit behind in the Keycast WhatsApp. Hummel numbers, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it is the kit supplier that chooses the numbers. So 1-1, ideal time to score, 5 minutes before half time. Is this going to be the same? Oh no, it's frozen. Is this going to be the same all around the world in terms of the new added time rule? Is that a thing in Spain as well?
I think it has been. I think it's been adopted in La Liga because we've seen some ridiculous amounts of added time in La Liga so far. So it wouldn't shock me if it was. Apologies if I'm a little bit quiet. I'm just trying to download the new score update just so I can finally put that it's 1-1. And it's downloading, but then it's not appearing in my download. So let's have a little look here.
Recents.
Right, well, now I can see it, so that's fine. Let's have a little look. Let's get this sorted, because I don't want the incorrect scoreline to be on our feed at all. And there we go. We're up to date now. Perfect. See, none of this polished television nonsense. You get what you see here.
We're attacking on
My
the
God.
right. No, we lost the
It's all
ball.
going off tonight. Now getting grandparents calling me and all sorts of things. Oh, so where are we here? Decent finish, says Paul Henehan. He obviously agrees with us that Gennaro should be number one starter in this team. Not good, says Steve Jackson. He was talking about the injury there. Gennaro better than Modric. I'll go with it. Pedro Pablo Jimenez Sanchez says, "Como va?" which I assume is "How are you?"
Yeah. How's it going? To be honest with you, Pedro, I'm a bit nervous. And as ever, Malaga are disappointing me. Hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, things can change, because so far this hasn't been a really good. Well, it's been a pretty awful first half for Malaga. Oh, there's a substitution.
I was going to say, Danny Lorenzo is being brought into the fold now. I'm assuming it's Juanpe who has gone off. I'm still just having a little look around. I can see Sengali and Gennaro and no Juanpe. So he must have been taken off as a precaution maybe after that foul. Yes, and just confirmation from the substitutes that it is Juanpe who has gone off after 40 minutes.
That injury where he went down, I don't know whether he was unable to carry on.
Or maybe an issue with concussion. It's another yellow card for Castellón. Seems to be a bit of a rough league, this. From what I can see, Alberto, number 5, giving his warning. And Malaga has got a free kick here at the edge of the box.
Is that Escassi's doppelganger?
It could well be. They make them in a factory and they just put them out into the thing, because he really clobbered Roberto a little bit there as well.
His long lost brother. Few updates from around the leagues. I say around the leagues, around Malaga's league. We've had one game that's finished already. That was Merida beating Linares Deportivo. Depor drawing 0-0 with Rayo Majadahonda. Osasuna B are beating Cornellà. Atletico Madrid B are winning 2-0 against Antequera. Unionistas de Salamanca and Sestao River is 0-0. And Gymnastic de Tarragona won Arenteiro 0. So that's all the games going on.
Gennaro was ready in there as well for a second, potentially. He was on his toes, wasn't he?
He was. So far, man of the match, Gennaro.
I think he is. He's just won the ball back there again. And here comes Danny Lorenzo. And to give credit where credit's due, we'll give Malaga its fair share of criticism.
Sorry.
But for me, in this last 10 minutes, they've been much the better side. They're certainly putting their foot more on the game, in my opinion. Hopefully, Danny Lorenzo adds that little bit of creative spark we were asking for as well. But I'm actually quite satisfied. I don't know if people in the comments want to give us their sort of opinions. We'll see if we can share them on the screen as well, so we can discuss them at half time. If you've got any questions or if you've got any thoughts on this first half so far, please share them with us so we can go through everything together, because this is an open community. We are inclusive of everyone. As I'm not woke. I'm anti-woke. What is it that Matt just said I was? He said I was anti-woke, wasn't it?
I think he described you as having conservative views or something like that.
Yes, he did, which, judging by this, no. No. But what about you, Alex? We've got 20 seconds left of the first half, plus stop it. Oh, my God. Jesus.
How on earth is that? It's gone for a corner, is it?
I think he saved it. I think that was heading in.
I'll get stressed out.
Yeah, it was across from nothing, but That got me.
Like-
That got me a little bit.
All my football apps give me notifications, and I think this is a little bit behind real life. So I just got a notification, so I thought, "Oh God, they've scored!" But don't worry, it's just Ed Comer is joining Nolt on loan from Valencia. If anyone cares.
Oh well, that's what you needed to know, really, wasn't it? So, but here come Castellón again after I've given the.
Oh dear, that's a fat. This is my gripe with Spanish referees. I don't know whether it's just because I'm used to English referees and the standard of refereeing in England, but fouls are given way too easily in Spain. Is that just me?
No, I'd agree with that. We saw that a lot last season as well when the, I think the season before last, they were relying too much on VAR to do the heavy lifting, and then they told them that they had to use a lot more on-field decisions more, and then they just gave everything away, knowing that they could go to VAR. I don't know what this guy's excuse is, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, but he seems to be handing out a lot of yellow cards here. I think Ram says here in the comments that the previous one for Alberto was the 4th yellow, that one for Victor, the 5th, if we're keeping count correctly. And just watching the replay back of that save from Herrero, it was definitely a cross, but it was potentially even sneaking in. So here we go. Free kick routine. Well cleared there by Málaga, but it's only as far as... We're going to have to really learn the names of our opposition as well, aren't we? Maybe we need like a team sheet, but...
He's got to stop. It's a head injury. He's obviously
down
not.
Again, and this time it's Hernandez who is down.
This is fantastic crowd view, that was.
That is a fantastic crowd view, to be fair. Steve Jackson says it looks fun behind the nets. Yeah, kind of like a bit reminiscent of the Fondo Saw. Carl Smith says, looking forward to the halftime show. Is Elton still performing?
I believe he was booked, but he's retired from touring now.
You can't say things like this, Carl. You'll upset Alex. We've only just got him back to normality after, him sobbing through the last concert that he played at Glastonbury. But we do have a halftime act, though, to be fair. Hopefully, Matt might still be joining us if he's not jumping around that crowd too much. I believe he started on the Cruz Campo on the train at about 9:05 this morning. So,
drinking on
train. I think I saw something as well. I'm sure he would have put this on Twitter, but he went into a bar and you had to be part of the Peña for Castellón, whichever segment of it might be, to be in that bar. So him and I think it's Steve who's gone down, who's down there with him, both joined up for a Peña which they're never going to see again or use again, just so they could go to a bar, which I think's a great story. Halftime act is Nick chasing a giant spider. That might be it, Alex. You might just have to take the reins here. As here comes Roberto. Goalkeeper there playing with fire.
Shoot from the halfway line. Shoot. Oh my God, this is so semi-professional.
That's probably the best way to describe everything that we're watching for us. This is so amateur football. This is so not La Liga.
One of my favourite tweets of the evening so far at Joe Faint. Your service is shit at FAF TV.
I thought he was pointing at us, which I was going to say, each to your own. We're merely just helping out. Arnaldo Rincones, he says the uniforms look amazing. They really. I think both sides here probably in with a shout of two of the best kits in the league, in my point of view. We're going back as well, just to something I remember saying before about the people looking for it on classic shirts. Just as a reminder, they are sponsorless. So obviously the shirts we see now, they've got the Málaga Sabor Málaga on the front, Málaga on the patch, and then Olin down the side. Some people have taken exception to Olin a little bit, saying that it's a bit overdone. Be quite happy with the sponsorless version. So classic shirts is definitely your place to go. Sangali here. Oh, that is a lovely pass. I'm really liking Sangali. Good cross in, back post. Three people there.
What are they all doing? They're just
watching, Alex. They're just admiring Hernandez, who, may I add, was in my starting 11 for the season. And somebody and I can't remember who it was now, but said that basically in no uncertain terms, I needed him head checking for that decision. So who's laughing now?
I've got a moth coming in my room. Bloody hell.
Oh, I can't deal with that one as well. I've got to go and get the spider in a minute.
I'm gonna have
Just
to
waiting for this referee to blow his whistle so I can go and be the family hero.
I changed my mind. If I could cull any animal in the world, moth. Go on.
Oh, big clearance, big clearance. That's got to be it. He's going to have to blow, surely. And he does.
Right, time to kill a moth.
That is half time. So it finishes after 45 minutes. Castellón 1, Málaga 1. Castellón taking the lead very early on in the game after 10 minutes through Meta Hajun, I think it was. And then Málaga replying later through a penalty, one which Dione stepped up to take. He rattled it against the post, and then it was turned in by Gennaro after 35 minutes. I think we're now all up to speed. Hopefully people aren't still getting the red screen of death. And we really want to take your comments in this halftime. So as we wait for Matt Harrison to potentially join us, getting your comments in, let's discuss them. So Carl Smith says, need a bit more up front, which I assume is the serious part of the question. The second part of the question, guess bringing on Roberto could be an option. Carl, are you saying basically that Roberto has done nothing so far in this game? Because I would have to agree with you, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I think he's not shown some flashes, but I think he is he's not been as useful as I think Pacer would like him to be. Alex, you picked him for your starting 11. Do you feel that's justified so far?
I'm regretting it a little bit now. I'd hoped he'd changed, but apparently he's still shit.
You'd thought that he'd spending time with Barcelona, that he might have picked up a few things from the Messiah and brought them back with him. So just to have a little look onto the bench in terms of who we could bring on maybe up front. Not too many people that we could put on in his place, really, unless you wanted to play Dione a lot more central, at which point we could bring on Haitam, which I think would be a good idea. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, I'm really looking forward to seeing him back in a Malaga shirt. And Kevin would probably be the other option we have there. I think Ethan Marino, he could come on, but I think he's more of a central midfielder, if I remember rightly. Dani Larrubia, potentially. But do you think we need to change things up top just to maybe give us the best chance of winning this game?
I think so. I feel like whether that's moving to a front three or, changing it up a little bit. I don't want to feel like I'm making rash decisions, but Roberto he's been awful. He might as well have not been on the pitch. So, maybe it is worth, taking him off. Changing up a little bit. I feel like so far the midfield's not being used. It's been scrappy football. It's long ball, fight for the second ball, which Malaga, to be fair, have done quite well at getting to the second ball. I don't know whether, it seems to be a thing that Malaga have used quite well so far. They're getting the wings in use, and the left-hand side has been quite promising for us. I don't know whether that's something we can try and channel in this second half. But, yeah, I feel like more attacking play, less... I'm all for direct football, but the direct football we're playing at the moment is hopeless. It's lump it forward, see what happens, get to the second ball. And it's atrocious, actually. It's pretty awful to watch.
I think we started to get out of that a little bit towards the end of the first half there. I'm seeing Sangali get on the ball a little bit more, passing it around. He seems to be looking for that outlet a lot more down the left. Like you say, Alex Hernandez seems to be having a lot more joy down there rather than what Roberto does on the right. Again, that would probably be the change I make now, especially with Danny Lorenzo already coming on for Juanpi. That's one part of it that I think we've solved. If we can get Stangali maybe just to sit at the pivot and be that energy, and Gennaro seems to be growing in confidence in this game, which is brilliant to see. I just think that other outlet, whether it's Kevin or whether it's Hightam, would be brilliant for us, if I'm being perfectly honest. Frederick says, just to say, thanks for this live stream. Makes a difference when my Spanish is shaky at best. My Spanish is very shaky. So this is why we're having to do it, because I could not hear a thing what we were saying before when we were watching. Alnardo says, what's the best stream platform to watch the game? So far, I'm watching via YouTube. I'm in the USA. So we were saying before, FEF TV is the place to go. It is a worldwide service. It's not just for Spain. There are a lot of teething problems with it at the minute. We'll give you a fair warning on that. Alex has been kicked out of the stream twice. I seem to have been at least 5 minutes behind at the start. So there are a few issues with it. But if you go to feftv.es, they'll be able to direct from there. You have to subscribe to it as well. There is a 7-day free trial with one of the options at the minute. However, it'd be around €9.99 a month moving forward. Dr. Me VIP says this is proper lower league stuff. This enjoying the energy of the game, but a tad worried. I suppose there is a lot to be worried about, really, because this is where teams who drop down divisions become unstuck. And even though Malaga have been playing piss poor for 2 years now, or more than 2 years, some might say, but been in relegation battles the last 2 years, the difference in quality with some of the people who you come up against is going to be quite difficult. I think, not to bring Yeovil into this, Alex, but I'm sure that you'll find that watching Yeovil in the Championship at one point and now watching him playing the National League South, I'm not saying the gap is that big for what we're watching, but as you've seen that descent, ironically, you'd think it'd get easier, but it actually gets harder, doesn't it? Because you came up against a lot more tough teams, turgid football. Everyone at a certain level of English football becomes a 6'2" defender, even if they're strikers and wingers and midfielders. So I imagine it's not too dissimilar to that. Something else I was interested in as well, because I wanted to know what everyone was drinking tonight, because I've had to stick to the tea. So I would usually have a Victoria with me right now, Alex. I don't know about you, but a brew had to do.
I'm on the water. Nothing too exciting. I feel like I agree with what you said. I also feel like, I don't know whether it's a thing with Malaga, but I don't want to presume, but I imagine quite a lot of the Malaga players. Oh, we're joined by Matt.
We are joined by Matt Harrison, who I know usually struggles to hear us when he's in the stadium.
Yeah, I'm struggling here. I'm really struggling.
Well, we'll maybe just ask you the one question, Matt. What's it like there?
Oh, amazing. I will just talk, and then can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yep, can hear you fine.
I will turn around. So there's the stadium. Some Malaga still. Almost Malaga is interesting. I would say the pre-match was amazing, because obviously we had that weird sort of storm which lasted an hour, and then it sort of disappeared, and all the Malaga fans have now signed up for a Pena in Castellón. So there's a bar probably about 100 yards from where I'm talking. Oh, that's 100 yards. Probably about 20 meters from where I'm talking now. So we all signed up for the Pena there, and it was just great. Like, there was loads of Malaga fans with Castellón fans, and we're all singing, and there's all songs about we want to go up together, and the Castellón fans were like hugging us and stuff, and vice versa, and it was just lovely. It was really lovely. In the away end, it's been great. I got punched in the face when Malaga scored, so my nose is hurting, but otherwise, it's Stephen. Stephen's the other Geary guy. How are you doing, Stephen?
All right, mate.
Hi, Stephen.
Good result at half time. This is the Geary cast. This is live, by the way.
That's all right, mate. Yeah. Good result at half time. Not too bad.
And this is your first Malaga away game. So
yes.
You enjoyed the pre-match too?
We enjoyed the pre-match drinks and enjoyed the atmosphere. Brilliant.
Yeah. yeah, and you basically kept telling people I can't speak Spanish, and it's quite funny, and they quite like,
Yeah. But I like the fact I'm Gary Armies. And we're gonna win 2-1.
there you go, we're gonna win 2-1.
That's it. That's what we want to hear.
I don't know how's it. I should ask. Are you watching it on TV? I still don't know.
We've managed to. I don't know whether, in short, I feel like atrocious would be to sum up that Malaga performance so far.
Okay.
Yes.
But you
watching
can watch it.
Yes, we can.
Yes,
Just
kind
about.
of. We've had a lot of problems, but we are there now.
Oh, good. That's amazing. Because I have been thinking of you. I'm not a selfish guy. But yeah, no, it's like, you know, the away end full. I was just sort of, there you go. Here's the away end.
Oh, caged in.
Right. Sat with all the troublemakers as well.
Yeah, nice with the like apparently of all the sort of Malaga home games I've been to, I've never been recognised so much apart from this away game where, like, we had a Giri Cast chant going at one time. A lot of people have said, "Oh, you're the Giri Cast guy." So I don't know what's happened over the summer, guys. You've promoted it well. I've been with the Barcelona Premier guys. Yeah. I can see this guy here. This guy recognized me. Jose, you recognized me earlier, huh? Hi, Jose. Scary Cast is live. How are you finding the game? Right. Good. That'll do.
Fine. I think that's as much as we can do as well.
I'll try to find people that post talk a bit more. Wait, I'm trying to spot the people I was standing with. Oh God, this is what Vamos a la Rosaleda is going to sound like. Although it's not called Vamos a la Rosaleda. Just to remind people, I have been I was drinking on the train 11 o'clock this morning, so it's been a funny day. I have no idea who plays for Malaga. Like I said, I like the only out. The people I've been with, I'm going to tell you what, I feel like I'm Chris Kamara when he used to do Soccer AM.
He's loving it. Oh, well, that'll be him now. He's probably gone into a dead zone or something like that as far as his phone's concerned.
I am.
He's back
please. They are in the bowels now. No one down here. Just a lot of scary looking riot police. One guy got chucked out earlier. He spewed all over the floor. Stout on a chair. And basically, there was 10 minutes where everyone was watching him get carried out. I'm just talking. I don't know. Am I talking to no one? I don't know.
Matt,
no,
how would you sum up that first half performance?
Like good, I would say. Like these guys. There you go. Gary Cast live. Hello. This girl's from Estonia. Hello. You're live, by the way. How did you find the game?
Well, we saved ourselves in that rebound from the penalty. I mean, could have been, was not good that we missed the penalty, but yeah.
There you go. That's better analysis than I've given so far. And my new best mate. How you doing, Juan? Hello. This is Juan, by the way, so I can't edit. I won't say any crap. Okay. They've asked me what did I think of the first half. You tell me, what did you think?
I was super pissed off at the point because I thought I'm not traveling anymore to watch Malaga.
Now we're all
I was super pissed off. No, but I was. But now they got the penalty. I thought, like, okay, let's give it a chance.
Yeah.
I was very, very disappointed.
Any players stood out to you?
Genaro because scored the goal, but that's an easy one.
I didn't even know Genaro scored until as you'll hear on the Marcelo.
Genaro has never scored before. So there you go.
Okay, right. I'll probably stop interrupting. Was probably being a professional feeder.
We talk later on. Vamos Málaga! Vamos, viva Guillermo!
Yes, he said. Yeah, that's my insight.
To be fair, I think that's brilliant. So is that a Giri from Estonia, you said?
Yeah, no. She's the girlfriend of the Spanish guy.
Nice.
I've met all sorts today.
Oh,
no,
I'll
no.
have to add it to the map. I think it's definitely, when you go under like steel structures and they mess up your phone signal and things like that. So it might come back in a second, but yeah, to be fair, some quite insightful analysis there from his guests, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. A lot of people saying there that they're impressed with Gennaro, which Alex, your thoughts on Gennaro?
Yeah, very impressed. I feel like, to be honest, it's a bit like, choosing, if there were no other players on the pitch, I feel like it would still be 1-1 because Gennaro would be running around and making all the interceptions and tackles. He's been brilliant. I couldn't fault him. Defense, goalkeeper's been good. I feel like the defense going forward has been all right. The passing at the back looks nice, but then after that, they don't have a clue. It's just hoof it forward. Not really sure quality-wise when we're defending how good we are. The midfield at the moment has been non-existent, apart from getting that second ball, which they've done well to do. Impressed with Juan Fernandez on the left. I feel like he's done well. Dioni's had a few chances. I still I don't know how long it's going to take. And I also don't know how many different managers we're going to have to go through until we get good service to a decent striker. It seems balmy to me that we've got quality players. Last season we had Ruben Castro. This season we got Dioni, and we just failed to get decent service to them. It's beyond me. I know I'm not a football manager, but I feel like there's something that we need to do about that.
No, I agree. I think we had it sort of one way or another, didn't we? Like last season, we had the crosses going in, but not the right kind of person to be on the end of it. And I'm not saying that Dioni requires loads of crosses to get onto the ball, but he's obviously at a bit of a higher stature. But something I've noticed in comparison to what we had last year when we had Delmas and Christian, especially under Pellicer, really working up the wings, overlapping the wingers at times. And in this game so far, I'm not really seeing Hockin or Garcia or Victor go beyond, if that makes sense. I'm seeing they're kind of like sitting back a little bit more, which I suppose is giving more room for Hernandez and Roberto to operate in, but it's not what Pellicer likes to do, if that makes sense. That being said, we don't have that third centre half either. You know what I mean? At times when we really flourished under that wing back system, we had 3 centre halves operating at least. So maybe it is a tactical choice from Pellegrini not to pursue that this year. But both teams are back out. We've seen the second change of the game really. Victor Garcia has been substituted, and Murillo is coming onto the pitch. So is that going to be a like-for-like swap at left back?
Hyundai is coming off. To be honest, I'm a fan of that.
And is it Nelson Monte who's come on in his place?
Yes, it is Nelson Monte. I don't know. Obviously we know Hyundai is a good player, but to be honest, I think he was probably one of the worst players on the pitch that first half. I don't know. Maybe I'm being pessimistic, but I didn't see anything of quality or note from Hyundai.
No, I'll say that he looked like a bit like a cat in headlights to begin with, but maybe that just taking him out the firing line a little bit is going to help. Nelson Monte's come on here in his first challenges to get ahead of Munoz, and it's a great save from Herrero. Big challenge from Lorenzo, and it's been given as a free kick. Thank God for that. I saw the whistle go to the mouth.
My God! And to be honest, in these sort of situations,
and the keeper's down. It looks like Afonso Herrero really needs some treatment here. He looks unconscious. The Malaga players rushing the physio staff over.
I don't know whether it's just the quality of the refereeing, but those sort of decisions, you think it could go either way. Most of the time, and I've watched football for quite a long time, you think, I'll be able to tell which way the ref's going to go on this one. it's a mixed bag, you know.
Well, something really serious unfolding here. I can't see the other player for Castellón who has gone down, but he's receiving treatment from their physio team. But the stretcher well and truly over for Herrero, who looks out cold at the minute.
Looks like we're going to have.
I think I can see him moving, but that is a lot of people from the emergency services gathering around him. I'm not too sure we're going to get a replay, which we are now. Oh, he takes a massive clatter around the shoulder, which, subsequently knocks into his head, sort of straight into the body of that. I have to agree with what people are saying in the comments. That does look really, really bad, and I think it's going to have to be a substitution there quite early on for Malaga as well. On the bench, we have got Carlos Lopez, but he is a keeper who's come up from Atlético Malagueño. Herrero, like you say, Alex, he's been pretty decent so far. I couldn't fault him for the goal. He's picked out a perfect save to deflect that cross out for a corner as well, but at the minute, he is... he's definitely not going to be able to carry on, is he?
No, for definite. Even if he gets back up, there's concussion protocols. I hope there are concussion protocols in Spanish football at this level. And he'll. It'd be a miracle if he doesn't have a concussion from this. If you smash heads with someone that badly and you're down on the floor and your arm's sort of not moving, it looks like it was sort of flopping about a little bit. But yeah, I think he's. Oh, let's have a look. Oh, that looks bad.
It really does, doesn't it? I think the Castellón player as well took a fair bit of a hit because he's still down there. And again, we could be looking here, sort of beyond that.
Okay, good.
He's raising.
He's getting back. That's good. To be honest, at this point, it's obviously he's not going to carry on, but it's more just the worry of is he okay. And it's good to see he's sitting up right now.
He is, but like you say, this has got to be an issue for the concussion protocol, which I think is an all-round element as well. So we'll see what happens here. Only 3 minutes into the first half, neck brace is being brought over too. I'm not too sure who for. That appears to be going towards the Castellón player.
It looks like worse off as Castellón lad.
Well, that's it. I think as much as Herrero has gone into the front of his man there and possibly become concussed, I can't actually tell anymore. There's just so many people around it, but this is obviously causing a hell of a delay. Luke on the comment saying that he was so good in that first half, and it's such a shame if he'd have to come off now. The physio team's really, really, really looking at them there, which is quite a shame.
I almost don't want to. Oh,
that is nasty.
I mean, I watch. It gets worse every time.
I know, but Herrero's done well there to look at it, and this is the Castellón player being removed, isn't it, on the stretcher?
He's in a neck brace, I assume, and he's got a blanket over him, which is not a good sign.
No. Well, we'll find out who that player is once he's substituted, but we wish him very, very well and a speedy recovery, whichever it is, because he's heading straight to an ambulance as well by going down the tunnel there. Herrero still looks okay. Worth noting here as well that as Juan Day has gone off, been replaced by Nelson Monte, or the man they called Monte, Gennaro is currently wearing the captain's armband, which again, there's a redemption arc. Is good to see. Herrero is back on his feet. He's being checked over by the Malaga physios. He's got a bit of a graze to his head as well.
It's Raúl Sanchez is the Castellón player who's gone off.
No, but the referee's obviously having a word here with Herrero to say, look, we've got to check you over properly. But Herrero looks like he wants to stay on the pitch.
Herrero does not look. He's not looking a good spot. He's got blood on his nose.
Yeah, I was going to say he's got the blood on him as well, so he's going to have to go off for some kind of treatment. But he's putting his gloves back on. The physios are walking away. But I admire the fact that he wants to stay on a little bit, but I also see, the stupidity. If he was truly knocked unconscious, then like it looked like he was, there's got to be a part of you thinking he can't be all right.
No.
And a good evening to one Mr. Matt Rains, who joins us for some fine Primera football. Obviously, he's now used to watching the finer art of La Liga at the top table. But nice of you to join us, Matthew. Thank you very much. And everyone in the comments here, Alex, saying he's got to go off with that. It was such a nasty knock that it's daft that he's staying on the pitch.
It does feel a bit. It feels a bit silly. Obviously they've done I hope they've done a concussion protocol check, and he's been deemed fit to continue. But yeah, it feels a bit iffy at the moment. Time will tell. Just more, to be honest, at this point, concerned about Raul Sanchez, the Castellón player, because he did not come off in a good state.
Yes, he didn't. As Málaga come down the right hand side here with Dione, I'm not admiring Dione sort of like operating towards this right hand side that often. I want him in the box. Yeah, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. He finds Sengali now.
We seem to be playing a bit of a better brand of football now. We're passing it around a bit more, which is nice to see. Although we've got back to the goalkeeper
now. But to be fair, that's not a bad way to go in. Don't allow them to play football. Castellón, especially at the start, seem to want to set upon us and really catch us on the break, especially as well. So if we can keep this ball and manage the tempo a lot more, it seems to be suiting us a lot better as Roberto finds his way in. Here he comes. Roberto through, goes down. Another penalty. He's up on his feet, shot, and he kicks it into his head. And it's a free kick given to Castellón.
He's still shit.
That kind of sums Roberto up into a T. He's kicked the ball into his own head. There's a big nudge back there from the 14 for Castellón as well, to be fair. Kyle says Roberto's got to do better there. 100% agree with you, Kyle. When you threw on goal like that, that is a golden opportunity, and really should be doing better. And the fact that we've come away from that attack by giving away a free kick in their penalty area shows you exactly what we need to know. I think before long, we need to get the only back central, get either Hightam or Kevin on here and let them have a run at these lads, because as legs start to go, I know we're only in the first game of the season, but they're going to be really brilliant impact players for us too. I cannot believe Herrera is still on this pitch.
It's marvelous. Not marvelous. I don't know if that's the right word, but incredible that he's still carrying on. Fair play to him. But I would rather he go off if he's not fit to continue.
Oh, there he goes again. Well, he looks fully aware to me as he throws this out for one for Dione to chase down this right hand side.
Go with it. Come on.
Perfectly weighted.
This is Dione still seems to go. Oh, shoot!
Shot! Oh
no! Oh, he's clearly not got right.
I'm going to have to bring this comment up here that was said before. Where is it? Just this one. That is absolutely everything summed up into there. What a chance. You just have to put your foot through it, don't you? You just have to shoot.
He clearly doesn't have a right foot.
Oh, and Roberto. Castellón are at it now, aren't they? They've shaken. And that's a handball. Nah.
Do we want another Yeovil bingo tick-off? Roberto.
Matt Butler says, is the stream working okay for everyone? Didn't get a chance to subscribe before the game. We had a few teething issues, Matt. Many of us trying to get through, couldn't get through, but I think as we've all managed to get in now and watch along, it's not that bad actually, Matt. I would recommend subscribing for the next game at home to Atletico Madrid Bay. Remember rightly?
I believe so. Yes, one of the Madrid B teams, I think.
Yes. Well, I know we've got Castellón as Castellón come down this right hand side now. One for Einar. Oh, Einar. That's more like it from him. That's the player we've seen all pre-season, just cutting it out, no nonsense.
Oh God!
Oh, what is this football? Nelson Monte with the long. Oh, unlucky for Dione, but that is a searching pass.
It's the decisions. I don't know who had that ball, who passed it back to Nelson Monte, but he had a clear opening in the midfield to pass it, but chose to pass it back to the defence. I'm sitting from a desk chair and I'm not playing the game, but I feel like the midfield needs to have a lot of, better awareness when they're making decisions in the passing, because it's putting unwanted pressure on Malaga.
They do. I don't actually mind going backwards if needed, especially if you can get a crossway like that as a ball is whipped in for Castellón. One for Murillo to chase, but he just heads it out of play.
Who's number 20? Is that 25 is...
Murillo.
Right.
Murillo? The double L is a J, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Murillo. Yeah, Murillo.
Murillo. You'll be pleased to know, Alex, I've signed up for Spanish lessons in the village centre down the road. So
nice.
I'm going to go and learn some Spanish proper. Oh, that's a great block. But then also I'm going to go and re-establish my French as well, because I have an A-level at that, but I've not used it in a very long time. So, fancy footwork here. And he's blocked off. Dione now takes it away. It's getting a bit scrappy down this little right-hand corner. All of a little turn away from Lorenzo. Quick feet. Ball whipped in. Header. Great save from Herrero.
I'm enjoying the comment section.
I'm really enjoying the comment section as well. I won't share too much, but I'm sure you can all see it. Carl says the front three isn't working. I'm inclined to agree with you there, Carl. I think we need to get another option on something that's going to make a bit more direct. Dione out on this right-hand side for me is a bit misplaced. I know why they're probably trying to give Roberto a bit of a stint up front to see if he can do anything, but he's not.
Oh,
lovely ball from Gennaro again.
Go at him. Put him through. Put him through. No, that was awful.
That's not the right choice. That's not the right choice. You need to be running at your man there, don't you? You want to show. Oh, and he's back again. You ran at him and he's had the door shut. He's had the door shut.
Funny that when you run at someone, the ball doesn't go through.
Oh, no.
Just taking,
ball around the overlap here. Hocking, can he deal with it? He can't.
Oh dear.
Monte to stand up to his man. Cut out. Well done from Murillo. It's not cleared just yet.
Oh dear.
All across the box for Castellón. Well cleared by Gennaro. I'll tell you what, Gennaro, he is definitely up there for Biznaga for me this week. Yeah. Probably for their best, Daniel, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Probably for the best. I still haven't been to sort that spider out yet either, so I imagine that my family are currently cowering in a corner of the house somewhere.
Are you the only one who's able to fix that situation?
A shot from distance there. Herrero down again. Well, if he was concussed, he's not showing it. And he's
it's probably rising quite highly.
Yeah, and it's you say it was Raul Suarez who went on.
Raul Sanchez, the one who went off.
Raul Sanchez, yes. So his replacement, testing Herrero from distance here. An hour on the clock. We've had a few changes in this game. Juande and Victor Garcia have gone off at the back. Juanpe went off through injury and was replaced by Daniel Lorenzo just before half time. And Luke says here, Gennaro has been everywhere. I agree with you massively. He's been at both ends of the pitch, has been very useful.
70% of the world is covered by water. The other 30% is covered by Gennaro.
See, it only takes one game for everyone to love Gennaro again.
This is, I don't know whether it's oh my God. I don't know whether this is the level of football, but that first half was a bit cagey, but I feel like when everyone gets a bit tired, it's a free-for-all.
I think that's exactly what's happening here, and hopefully Malaga can take advantage of that.
Because the quality is just about good enough for the free-for-all to be entertaining, and not
Yeah.
just absolute drivel. And it's really good to watch.
But I think, to be fair, if I was a betting man, I would go with Matt's friend's suggestion that
2-1.
assuming that they're going to win 2-1 because they're shading it for the minute. Don't get me wrong, Castellón have had a few good chances. Carl says a much faster pace than Segunda. Again, I agree with you with that. I think chaos is going to be a big element to football here, and you know what? I'm a fan of chaos, which is why I've been a Blackpool fan for 32 years. So yeah, I enjoy a bit of the chaos. Just checking just to see if there's any messages coming through. Nothing from there. Seems good. Quite 16 people watching us, Alex. I quite enjoy that. And many more potentially on Twitter too. We don't see the Twitter data, but very nice of you all to join us this evening, wherever you are in the world. If you want to let us know, put that into the comments too. Where are you watching from this evening? We know Carl's in Sheffield.
On the left.
Here we go.
In the middle.
Look!
Look!
Roberto's just waiting there. Oh! What a save!
Oh my word! Oh,
this is what we're here for, isn't it? To be fair, credit where credit's due. That is a brilliant save, but what a shot from, I think it was Sangali who hit that with the outside of his boot.
I'm loving this.
It is good, isn't it? I like it.
For the neutral, it's brilliant. I agree with Daniel's comment there. Just looking at the example of Depor, I follow Andrew Gillen on Twitter, and he's watched their first game tonight. They drew 0-0 with Mahalonda, and it feels like one of those. It's similar to the Championship in some ways, that when you go down, it's very hard to get back up.
Yeah, it's always a bit tough. But to be fair, on this showing, do we want to? Do we want to?
Yeah, I'm happy with it. I mean, on the GearyCast poll that we put out, what option did you select, Nick?
I went with playoffs.
Okay.
Just because I think there's going to be a team in this league that absolutely walks it, and a lot of people are saying in our league it's going to be Real Murcia.
Okay.
Who are going to absolutely storm it. Ball over the top here. Oh, Dione's got himself some space. It's immediately shut down. So yeah, a lot of people saying it's going to be them just with the way they've recruited. But for me, I would take playoffs, even if it was, sixth or I don't know how many playoffs there are actually. If I'm being perfectly honest with you,
I think it's 2 to 6.
2 to 6. So, I'd have that. Ram is watching from Malaga in Spain. Thank you very much for joining us. Imagine he'll be looking forward to going to the game next weekend. I know, Carl, you're going to the game too. That's a lovely ball. Well cut out there by Hernandez once again. Sangali into his feet. Malaga struggling to get their foot on the ball maybe in this latter part. Yeah, Ram says 2 to 5. No, I think that does sound right to me because it's the top spot.
Yes.
Top spot is automatic, isn't it? They just go up into the league above, and then the playoff places are fought out for the other two positions. So that would be 2 to 5. Yeah.
At the moment, if the league finished today, Atletico Madrid B would win the league, and we'd be playing Castellón in the playoffs.
Oh, well, we'll take that. It sounds like from Matt's perspective that there's a bit of brotherly love brewing there between these two clubs.
I mean, am I getting ahead of myself?
Potentially, there is a lot more football to play. not just in general, but also just in this match day. So, there might be a few results change from time to time.
I'm speaking too soon.
Free kick from range there. Here comes Dione to drive the ball out. I think Dione's starting to look a little bit leggy as well, but ball through is lovely.
It's good. No, that you didn't look. You've got to look before you pass. Don't do that.
Screaming out for a bit of change here up top for me. Pace has got to do this in the next 5 minutes for me because they're just mopping everything up at the minute and putting us a lot of pressure.
Oh,
Ball flick through. It's a good effort.
Oh my god!
Little no look pass there, crossed in, corner given away.
This is
Moves that down at the edge by Einar, who's taken a bit of a hit there. Just struggling to see where, but it's another player that goes down. It looks like he's just clutching his stomach.
Mm.
And Matt is joining us from the wonderful Lancashire town of Rosendale. Beautiful
Is that close
stuff.
to you, Nick?
Not far away. I'd probably say about 20, 30 miles.
Okay.
I think.
Oh my god, there's a red card coming out. Oh my god, I got worried there for a minute.
I was going to say, yeah, turn those cards right back over. It's just no red cards, please.
I
But
saw him
be a corner to Castellón.
Oh my god, that was God, that was funny.
So we're just waiting here for the referee just to sort everything out. Luke says they're definitely there for the taking. They've been quite open, but need to get some offensive changes going. 100% agree with there. And Cal is watching from Edinburgh as the ball comes through. Hocking lets it go. And it's back in with Castellón now. Whipped in towards the edge of the area. Alberto heads it on here. Now the ball is free for Roberto. Still with Castellón. Back in, big man at the back post. That is a great header away from Einar. And Malaga are really weathering a storm here as the ball keeps coming into the box.
Oh,
just see that out there. That is the correct decision to make. Daniel Dorego joins us from Chicago. That is a fair distance. Thank you very much for joining us, Daniel. And I'm just trying to work out Chicago time zones. You might be better than this because you were in
5 hours. I want to say 5 hours behind, so 7 o'clock in the evening. Correct me if I'm wrong.
5 hours behind would be 5 o'clock in the evening.
Sorry, yeah, it's 7 o'clock. Oh, Matt's got his wish. I assume Matt wished this.
We're about to see the first change here. Who is coming? Oh, so it's Kevin, who has gone full Kevin Medina on the back of his shirt now.
Was he?
Malaga's
did he use
number 11? He's going to be replaced. So it is Hernandez, who was looking like he was going to come off.
No, I think he's just having a chat with Peter.
He seems to be walking over the 10. I would be taking Roberto off, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Ram says 6 hours behind England, so that would put it at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday. Prime football match watching territory here. Is Chicago the Windy City? Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. I'm confused. So I'm looking up on Google, and it says 5 hours behind GMT, but it's telling me the time is 4 o'clock, which means it would be 6 hours.
We are in British summertime. So GMT is when we're in winter. BST is when we're in summer. So we're an hour ahead. 6
hours. Yes. So yeah, America's split across a few time zones. Sort of the middle is 6.
It's a big country.
7 and 8. No, I forget, to be honest.
It's a big one. I have to have meetings with someone in Los Angeles, and I go, "Can you do them at dinner time?" And they go, "No, I'm still in bed." So, So Kevin is definitely on the pitch here now. I don't know who for. I'm just going to confirm it for us, but Hernandez is the man to make way. Not the change I would have made, Sergio. Not for me. Roberto just isn't doing it for me in this game, unfortunately. And when Roberto's the man who's come out on the right now as well.
Clocks go back in October, don't they?
October, November. November, I think. You're listening to the Clock Cast. Live on Sports Direct Radio. Oh, lovely ball through Einar once again. I tell you what, Einar as well. You know?
Oh no, that was not.
He's impressed me a little bit. Ball back now with Castellón, who have enjoyed a lot more possession in this game. Malaga have kind of taken the foot off the pedal a little bit. Flicked over the top. Hocking just getting in the middle of it there just to head it back to Herrero. Herrero, who looked like he was unconscious earlier, seems to have fully recovered now. He's had a bit of treatment to secure the wound on his head as well. Bit of the magic old spray. And he's going to knock it long now for Roberto to flick on into the path of Dione. Dione, who's got to get the better of Alberto here. Alberto does really well to knock that out for a throw-in.
As much as I've been loving this football and it's been very entertaining, it's still very hit and hope, isn't it?
It is. But I think here, if Malaga can just get this second goal, which they've been threatening to do for large parts of this second half, that would just make things a lot more comfortable as Castellón come away here. That's a great challenge from Murillo. He's been brilliant as well since he came on, to be fair. He's not really put a foot wrong, which is interesting because Danny Sanchez is on the bench too, who was the other left back that we purchased. Ball across the box. Oh, I know there has to deal with that one. And that is a big deal.
When's the Irish lad coming on? The one we signed at the airport.
Yeah, or the Chinese fella, or the Asian fella, I should say. Can't confirm if he's Chinese or not, but any of them right about now would do if they can play up top. Ooh. That's a big chance for Castellón. 72 minutes gone here in Castellón.
I would say I'd get my shin pads on, but I think I'd probably be on the floor out of breath in about 5 minutes if I went on.
That's another shirt change for Herrero here. Another pink beauty. I feel like I'm definitely going to get that for me. And my daughter would definitely love that kit. So that is on the radar. I don't know if I told you, Alex, but I've got 2 more Malaga shirts en route to me.
Oh, wow. Which ones?
So I've got the Umbro green and purple. They're currently in the post. And then also the black and yellow from about 5 years ago. Been impossible to find it in large. Everywhere available in small, but none of this.
Oh, I remember the black and yellow. Yeah, that was when we were still in La Liga, wasn't it?
Yeah, the last season. Yeah. Cool, so looking forward to that arriving. I've got this one on for today, which was the one that I bought a couple of weeks ago, which is a bit of a beauty, but I'll have to admit it's a bit tight. But judging by the large I got given for the away version of this, brilliantly intercepted by Einar there again. I thought it'd be a bit looser, but no, it's a sitting down shirt. That's what it is.
Right.
Oh, go on.
I tell you, I'm loving this no nonsense defending of just sod it. Just I'm going to clatter into him. I'm going to get rid of the ball in any manner I can.
Obviously, I think in his second half, Einar and Monte have looked very, very comfortable together.
This is, I think, Kevin on the left. Is he going to come in
distance? Shot! Oh, Roberto!
No. How has he not scored?
Oh my God!
Oh.
How is he still on the pitch? Like, I'm not looking for a scapegoat or anything, but you're a striker. Even if you're just getting a shot off first time there, Gennaro did it before. It was a great effort from Kevin as well, though, to be fair. Credit where credit's due. And Einar once again. Oh, you know what? It's going to be tough for Biznaga this week. Gennaro or Einar for me. That was a big chance. That was a huge chance. Matt's loving that. Matt is loving that. I hope we don't live to regret that opportunity there. That just needed a good foot in the right direction. And that would have been 2-1. But we're still 1-1 here in Castellón. Dr. Me VIP says, Chumbo decided then. Well, I think... I don't think he's got much competition in this game so far. Maybe Juande, but here comes Kevin once again, showing lots of willing. It's 3-on-2. 3-on-2. Roberto on the far side. Kevin cuts it back.
Don't give it to Roberto.
He held up a little bit too long there. Sangali on the edge of the box. Inside now to Kevin. Kevin tries to find a way through. Kevin, no, who's there? Oh, that's where Kevin should be, but
waste.
That was a good running.
Held on for way too long there.
He did, yeah. He should have released early, even if it was to Roberto, who was out on the far right. But, 3-on-2 there, that's got to be, again, big opportunity wasted, really. That's going to be a foul there. The referee is going to give that. It looked a bit dramatic for me, but he sold it well.
Jesus.
I completely agree with you there, Ram. Needs to get that way. Just 10 seconds earlier. Kept hold of it far too long. Another golden opportunity missed. But Kevin been impressive since he came on. Dr. VIP said he couldn't knock it whereas Roberto was offside. Wow. Wouldn't that be typical?
Even if Roberto was onside, I wouldn't want him to knock it wide.
I don't know if he was waiting for Dione maybe just to get beyond his man or something like that. I'm not too sure, or whether he was waiting for the shot. You know, let's just have a look. That's a lovely little flick on. Man on the edge of his box. Castellón shoots. Great block from Einar again. I'll tell you what. Gennaro will get the plaudits for the goal, but Einar in this game has been absolutely sensational. And Kevin, once again, wins the
Nelson
ball.
Monte, well.
Nelson Monte's been good since he's come on, but for me, Einar Gilly has just been excellent. Remember as well, guys, with around 10 minutes of this game remaining, if you want to put your suggestions for Chumbo and Biznaga into the comments chat, that'd be much appreciated, and we can have a little chat about that there. Kevin tries to get the ball away again.
I can see what No, I think that's good. Is the ref giving a foul to Malaga, or?
I think he's giving it as a foul against Malaga, but Roberto there skips away from his man. He's got plenty of room to run into here. Here comes Hawking on the overlap. Turns inside to Sangali now. Been really impressed with him too. Danny Lorenzo out wide to Kevin once again.
Nothing in there.
Is he going to have a pop? Ooh, it's a knock. Did that take a deflection, or was that his sandwich that he had? Definitely a sandwich.
I don't know what you're on about, Carl.
Oh, how did that comment get up there? Oh, that's no control of the comments. Sorry about that. I think someone did call, though, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I'm not going to point fingers.
I don't know what he's on about, to be honest.
Kevin, lovely interception there as well. Malaga on top here too. Sangali out wide to Roberto. Inside to Lorenzo. Shoots. Great save. Oh.
See, yeah. See, I knew there was a reason. There was a reason. He didn't shoot. He knows he's not good enough. He passed the ball.
But again, that's a brilliant chance for Danny Lorenzo there. One that should have been 20. And to be fair to the goalkeeper, he was much equal to it. So it'll go down as a great save rather than a poor miss. But Malaga starting to get on top. Oh, that's nasty. Waved play on. Hawking gets it out here. Paul says we really need to take these chances. Absolutely, we do. We need a win here to really set the tone for the season, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, Alex. This is a tough place to go, but if you win here first game, we could really show the league what we're all about. But it'll be just like us to concede in the last minute. Castellón really knocking the ball around well now. Everyone in a Malaga shirt is back. I like that as well, to be fair. There's no one left up top just to float around. The highest man behind the ball there is Dione, which is leading by example. Good challenge there from Nelson Monte. Sees the ball out into Roberto. And referee gives Malaga a free kick. Come on, Malaga. Vamos! Big 10 minutes left. Big 10 minutes left. Like I say, get your Chumbos and Big Snagas into the group chat.
I wouldn't mind betting on there being about 10, 15 minutes of added time as well.
Well, yeah, let's not forget, because we had the two men go down.
And also the new rule.
And the new rule as well. So we could be here for another half an hour if we really think about it. Castellón making a double change here.
Have Malaga got... Is this five substitutions still a case this year?
I think so. I'm not too sure, if I'm honest with you. We've made 4. So no, we might have made our 5th actually. Danny Lorenzo, Kevin, Murillo, Nelson Monte. We might have one more left.
No, so yeah, we've made, according to mine, 3 so far.
Danny Lorenzo, Nelson Monte, Murillo, and Kevin. I think the rule was you can make 5 substitutions over 3 separate substitutions. So that might be the issue there, that we've had 3 changes. But I might be wrong. I don't know. It might be different in this league. Oh no, God. Herrera, what are you doing?
Oh dear.
It's all gone wrong. Oh, fantastic stuff. Thank God for Nelson Monte.
Oh yeah, 1 in the first half. Yeah. I forgot about that one.
Oh dear. What was he doing there? Bloody Kung Fu Warrior there. Changes at halftime don't count either. Right, I see.
So that means, as in, you can make unlimited at halftime, or is it?
I don't know if they count to the amount of changes that you make in the game. So Gonzalo Cretas is another former Malaguista that never took a step away from Atletico Malagueño. It's time Malaga will foster a keeper from its own ranks. Carlos Lopez, hopefully in time. I think that's the opportunity being gifted to him this year. He's in to challenge.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I see I'm not making that sense. I understand. Yes.
Ball over the top. Oh, well dealt with there by Castellón. But I'm liking this a little bit more. We said earlier that we were crying out for a bit more creativity in midfield. You can see that Dani Lorenzo is just sort of sitting ahead of where Gennaro and Sangali are, whereas before we were kind of like playing in a flat 3. So I think that changed, as much as I hope Juanpe is okay, his injury's not too serious. That is part of the good news. So Ram says we still have 1 sub left to make. I think we need to make it now. I'd like to see, like you say, Hightam come on, or maybe Isa Marino potentially.
So
him on.
This is the problem when you have freeloaders like Roberto playing up top. It doesn't do anything. It's a waste of a sub. If he wasn't playing, I'd ideally take Dione off, because I feel like he might be,
getting a bit leggy.
Yeah, but then you don't want to bring Dione off if that means Roberto's your target man up top.
Well, here we go, and it's going to be La Rubia. La Rubia's coming onto the pitch, and Dione is the man that's making room for him. So you're right about one thing, Alex. Dione is having to be withdrawn, but that leaves us with Roberto playing central up top.
I feel like that's a good decision, but then what we're left with is not good.
No, but La Rubia, he's the one that's exciting a lot of people, especially being given that number 10 shirt. He's probably going to go out onto the right here as well, which is a position he can play. I think he finds it a bit more comfortable at home in the middle.
But we didn't give that foul. Okay.
So that is a full top 3 now of Malaga youth players, or former youth players, I should say, being given the chance to shine. So Pellicer's played his hand. We're now out of substitutions, and we've got 6 minutes plus added time to try and find a winner here.
I've just reread Carl's comment. I didn't read it properly the first time, on loan at Barcelona Boat Club last season.
If he pops up now and scores the winner, what are you going to do? It's like vindication.
Yeah, I'm going to put a GIF in the group chat and
Oh, Einar once again.
The wrong way.
He's been flawless. What a player.
To be honest, the Biznaga conversation is, oh my God.
Oh, it's long. It's long.
Oh,
I thought he was out of his area then.
Yeah. I'm hoping Roberto can get on the end of those things, but I remember he's not a good player.
Well, I think he might do, to be fair. He was close then, if I'm being honest with you. If the goalkeeper hadn't rushed him, he definitely would have got the better of his man. That's what we want to see. And like I said, I don't wish him ill. I really hope he does score the winner here, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. But so far, his performance has been somewhat subpar.
I'd love it if he scored 2 goals every game, but I can't really see it happening.
Van Castellón out here gets his cross away. Handled well there. 1-4. Lorenzo to chase. Doesn't quite get away from him. Picks his corner. Oh, good hands. Good hands from Guerrero.
this has been one of the most entertaining Malaga games I've ever seen.
Mm.
The second half, especially. I think the first half was a bit cagey in parts, but this second half has been end to end. It's been fantastic.
It really has. But here comes Castellón again. He's going to look for the corner, and it's a goal. Jesus, that is. What did I say? What did I say? That it's absolutely typical of Malaga to have been on top for such long periods of time, have the chances that they've had, defensively perform so strong, and then concede a goal like that. You just cannot bloody write it, can you? And it's Di Miguel who's got the goal there. It's just same old, and through the goalkeeper's legs and everything. My God, man, honestly.
How are you letting a player get in that position?
And the thing is, I don't know why they're appealing to the linesman either, because, they're not going to go check it for VAR. There is none of that in this league. That is a goal that's going to stand. The flag's not gone up already. And with 3 minutes left on the clock, plus added time, Malaga find themselves a goal behind once again. And I'll have to say, it's not what they deserve at all. They have been on top for large portions of this. Last season we could have slated Malaga a lot for going behind and not playing football very well, but they have played well in this second half. They've shown themselves to be capable, and they've been caught out massively there. I can't really tell who it was who got caught out. It came through Einar's side, but I don't think it was him who was caught out. It might have been Murillo. Here comes La Rubia now as well. Malaga coming forward. Danny La Rubia. Kevin far over. Look at the space he's in, for crying out loud.
Oh, there's a man in front of you. He's not going to go through him. Oh.
Paul just confirming there. First mistake from Einar. And the first mistake he's made, they've gone through and scored a goal, which, says a lot.
I don't know. I can't be too picky, but I'd say Herrero should have done a better job.
I think he could have done. The angle was tight, and there's only one place it could have gone, and that was through his legs, and that's where he went. So, that's a big shame. But that's again coming through there for that chance that La Rubia just took. Kevin out wide there with all the space in the world. It just requires you just to look up and not panic. So, last minute of the half here. We'll just wait to see how many minutes we will have added. Alex made a very good point that we are going to see quite a fair few of them because of the injuries to
this is
Sanchez.
good.
Oh,
this is good.
Come on, Roberto.
Chase it. I think he's getting a bit leggy as well, Roberto.
Yeah, I think he definitely is. I think a few Malaga players are starting to get leggy now, but Sangali picks it up in the middle here into Gennaro, switched over to absolutely bloody no one. And Castellón, of course, with a 2-1 lead now, they're going to be happy to knock it around and just let us do the legwork now. All that good work done in that second half for nothing. For nothing. 9 minutes as well.
That feels a bit short. I don't know. Maybe I'm being hopeful.
Potentially, maybe, but it's a big 9 minutes. At least it's not 3.
2 fresh legs.
There with something to chase. Oh, keeper out.
2 fresh legs about to come on for Castellón as well, so we've got even more work to do. Watch your man. Oh, someone needs to be shouting at him there.
Oh, ball through La Rubia.
Lay it off.
Just get your feet out your ball, or your ball out your feet even.
Right.
I think that's what Rubia needs to do now. He's looking to be too much of a hero on the ball. But this is lovely football. Down.
That's a foul. That's definitely a foul. That's a booking. That's a silly foul. He wasn't even trying to go for the ball there.
Is it a second booking?
No,
wouldn't be surprised me.
I've sort of lost count of who's been booked.
Oh, well, it's a good position, to be fair, right on the edge of the box. And it is a second booking. I knew it. I thought it was a second booking.
He's off.
I recognised the name Gil. I was like, I'm sure he's been carded. So 2 yellow cards for Oscar Gil.
That could be huge. That could be huge.
That could be massive in these last 3 minutes.
May I say, I think Larubia has been the best player all game. I know I can't pick him as Biznaga, but he's been the most positive in the attacking third.
He's been positive, but I'll have to say as well, he's also not taken the opportunity a couple of times to feed in his teammates and things like that, which, some players definitely have done. So, yeah, double switch here.
9 minutes.
It's going to be Carles and Borja to come on to the pitch.
Also, I am assuming, unless I'm being silly, that obviously the time is still adding up. It's not going to be 9 minutes. It'll probably be 11 or 12.
In theory, yeah. So you can see we've had maybe an extra 60 seconds played whilst they make these substitutions. This lad is just walking off. Don't know if he realizes that that's not how it works anymore either. That, it is sort of on stop a little bit. So his little saunter all the way to the halfway line as well is pretty pointless. But we'll see. Huge. I assume the number 2 is another defender coming on. Carles here looks like he could be pretty handy as a defender as well. But it's Kevin who is stood over this free kick. Swings toward the back post.
Oh, you've got to be getting that on target. Oh, come on.
Gennaro or Einar who got on top of that there. Oh, and of course he's going to go down pretending that he's been shot. Fuck's sake.
You've got to be getting... Oh.
It's Einar. To be fair to him, it's dropped just as a player's come in front of his view. But that would have been perfect redemption for Einar Galilia there. But again, that's another wasted headed opportunity. Of course. Wonder if we can see Mr. Matt. There's Mr. Matt. I can see you, Mr. Matt.
Where was he? Was he off on the left or
top left hand corner? If for people who were keeping an eye out for him.
Oh, of course, someone's throwing the ball on.
Yeah, where are you going?
Do they not realise that this is all adding to the time?
Well, we think so, but yeah. That's proper dark arts football. That from keepers. Oh, another ball's in. Oh dear, what a shame.
Yeah, we think it is, but this is when the referee blows the whistle after 97 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
still a big 4 minutes to go here. 4 or 5 minutes still left.
Come on.
Just if you'd have asked me before the start of the game, would you have taken a draw? I would have. Would you think the same?
I would have. All of me want to say no because it feels a bit negative going into the first game of the season saying I'll take a draw. But at this point,
I think with this start, I think coming away to a place like Castellón, who I think were in the playoff picture last year, if I remember rightly.
Right. And they have been a Segunda team recently as well. So
yeah, exactly. So piss off, ref. What are you doing?
You could have easily got out of the way of that.
Just step over. So we wait.
Oh, come on. This is taking the Michael now.
Come on. You've got to do something here and not put fucking 3 balls in like that.
Hit and hope. Shocking.
It is. It's just looking for that lob over the top to see if somebody can get inside. But, I get that after 30 minutes when you're chasing the game, but not at, the 95th minute when people are leggy. Just try and get it into the box or
play direct
forward. That's a lovely little turn from Larubia. Step inside, out wide.
And he should be sprinting ahead to try and... this is something I've noticed about...
Ball in. Ball in. Yeah! It's in! It's in there! No!
Oh!
Saint Roberto!
Ah!
I'd love to be able to see this back. Please tell me I can see this back. What on earth is he doing offside there?
Oh.
What is he doing offside there?
Oh,
Hey dear. Message
it
from
just has to be.
David Delgado says, "Como people speak in Spanish," and then he says, "Spanish." We would love to. I know, Alex, you can speak Spanish. I unfortunately can only speak a little bit of Spanish. But we are the Giricast, the English-speaking Málaga international podcast. I think the commentary is in Spanish, but we're not listening to it at the minute, I'm afraid.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I've had it on mute.
So big 2 minutes left here for Malaga. That was a huge chance for Roberto, but was offside. Inside to Sangali now. Good football. La Rubia surrounded once again. Hooking.
They're putting 2 or 3 men on him every time.
They are really getting around him, aren't they? He does look like a danger man, and you've got to think, if he's performed this well with his cameo, what would he have done if he'd have started from the beginning? Long ball in.
What was that?
Come on, we've got to keep that going. Oh, we'll take that. Well, good pressure from Kevin. They've got to get an equaliser here. They really have.
A few dodgy throws.
Nelson Monte now out wide to Joaquin Gabilondo.
Right.
Lorenzo inside to La Rubia.
Oh, see the man, see the run.
Well, that's bloody pointless, isn't it?
It seems to be, I don't know whether this is just me, but the immediate reaction is to pass sideways or backwards.
Well, they're going to bank up on you, aren't they? That's it. Keep that going. Well done, Kevin. He's done well, to be fair, since he's come on. I'll give him credit where credit's due.
To be fair to
Keep doing like that there at the edge of the box.
Where's Flick?
It is. This treating it like a bloody training game.
To be fair to Castellón, I'll give them their credit. They've defended very well.
Well, that's it. That's what you're going to get in this league, though. You know what I mean? Like, you are up against, 2 lines of back four who are going to defend deep as we come into the last 20 seconds of this football match.
Watching Roberto reminds me of watching Kiefer Moore when he was a Yeovil player.
I don't think Matt Harrison will appreciate that comparison.
No, I mean, Kiefer Moore when he was a Yeovil player, I don't know how it's happened. When he was a Yeovil player, you wouldn't pick him in a League Two side, but now he's a Premier League international, World Cup appearing striker. I don't know where that's come from.
Well, that's going to be it here. But I tell you what, if these are the kind of injuries that Castellón are getting after 90 minutes of football after a full summer off, they're not going to last out the season really with their first team, because some of the players going down is just a bit.
I think I assume they're playing for time, but then which makes you think, which makes you think, does that mean that they're not adding on time for the time that's wasted in added time?
I don't think they will be doing here. I think we maybe see maybe an extra minute, maybe a minute and a half, but I don't think we'll see the full extent of what's been lost. A couple of checks from the watch from the referee. I think he's getting ready now to blow his whistle. But this was a game really that Malaga could have killed off in that second half if they just capitalised on their chances, their opportunities. And as we said, maybe we cursed them, Alex. Well, maybe I cursed them. I said it'd be peak Malaga to go down a goal in the last 10 minutes. I think that's it.
Yeah,
I think that is it. That is a win for Castellón. An 83rd minute winner, which really caught Malaga off guard, really caught them at a surprise as well. Alex, the first 90 minutes of the football for this season, what are we taking away from this?
45 games to go. That's all I'm going to say. 45
games to go. And if they're anything like this one, then we've got a long season ahead of us here. Like I say, I would have taken a draw at the start of the game. I think we did enough to win the game, if I'm being perfectly honest, but we just didn't take our chances. I think Pace's got to have a really long, hard look at the way he set up that team for the start of the season. I get that we wanted the experience, we wanted the grit to maybe go up against a team like Castellón, but for me, we essentially wasted a half. The second half of football was excellent. First half wasn't that great. We only grew into it in the last 10 minutes. So Pace has got to maybe just get a grip on that and go, I'll tell you what, we can do well in this league if we want to play good, exciting football. Setting up like he did, that was his first mistake for me.
Also, it almost feels like that transition in the second half was a la Leeds in the first season back in the Premier League with Bielsa. You know, it's attack, and it works, but your players have got to be really fit. And, you know, I think generally a decent performance, but a lot to improve on. You know, hit and hope quite often going forward, lack of ideas, a lack of intent and positivity going forward until Kevin and La Rubia came on, really. I know Dione offered something. Juan Hernandez, you know, was positive on occasions, but until La Rubia and Kevin came on, you know, apart from obviously the odd chance that we had, we really didn't look like scoring. And I know towards the end we had that goal, but it was written in the stars that Roberto would score and then get given offside.
Wasn't written in the stars, really. Didn't feel like it to me. But as we can see from the comments that coming in, Carl says a start midfield and front three didn't work. I think that is absolutely spot on. As we said, the first midfield, it was just flat. There was no creativity in there. It was all defensive-minded players which were set up to stop Castellón playing through us, but it just didn't work for me. And the front three as well, you know, we'll give pelters to Roberto going forward. Dione, for me, looked pretty good, but he looked pretty lost at times as well. And I think, fair play to Hernandez, he was the one really sort of like startling player up front in that first sort of half. And then, yeah, I thought he did really, really well, to be fair to him. I think he's someone that we can really trust on for the rest of this season. Luke says, defensively, we looked good. I thought it was offensively, we were severely lacking and let down. I think that's going to be the big theme going through this. Carl Smith, new striker needed before the window closes. You know what? I absolutely agree with you, Carl. I know that Pace said that his business is done, but if there is somebody out there maybe dropping down from Segunda, I think that would really help. I don't think we can rely on the same conversation we were having the other week, Alex, about not having just those two centre-backs, Juan de and Einar, and then relying on Musa and Andres Caro to be the backups. I think that's the same for up top as well. We can't rely on having just Dione to be the season goal scorer, then having Roberto and Loren Zuniga as the backup. So definitely a priority that Loren and Pace there should make. Let's have a little look here. The Steve Jackson, great effort, guys. Really enjoyed it. Hope this is a regular thing. Stream eventually good. I think we were all there eventually, which is quite good. I think everyone managed to enjoy it. I think the quality of the content we've seen, as much as it was annoying trying to get it through, the stream worked fine at some points. The output was brilliant. Ram says here, get Ruben Castro back. So very good point, Alex. You know, he's potentially off to Ibiza.
That is, like, for me, just how, you know, I don't know whether this is like, you know, when you get those like snow globes and you shake and something happens, you feel like you want to walk up to Loren and just grab him by the shoulders and go, man, come on, wake up. If he's going to Ibiza, and, you know, obviously, I don't know the financial situation at Ibiza, but I imagine they're slightly better off than we are. But it just feels like you can't be letting a player go and then, you know, quality player like Ruben Castro, letting him go to a division rival. You know, it just,
Well, that's the big thing is I can understand when all three of them said what they said, and at the start of the summer they were sat down, and Loren said, "These are the three that we want to keep. Everyone else is fair game." We knew that Fabas was going. We knew that Escasti was being moved out. Delmas let go. Etc. Etc. He said we want to offer and speak terms with Ruben Yanez, Lago Jr. and Ruben Castro. So the former two there obviously went and got new clubs pretty quickly, and their decision was made and their future was done. I know Ruben Castro was waiting for an offer for Segunda, but if that's not forthcoming, given that the season's already started, and like you say, Alex, they are looking at Ibiza, which I'm sure financially, from the owner's perspective, he's happy to put his hand in his pocket to stump up the wages and things like that. But from a club perspective, I think he's got unfinished business here. And if you've offered him a contract beforehand, then why not go after him again when he's got these options? If he's looking at this level, like you say, he needs to be addressing that, and we can't be letting him go somewhere else because no doubt he'll come back and score a hat-trick against us. Daniel Drager says, next Giddycast is going to be salty. I think Chris Marquez is going to have a field day with the Roberto story. It's going to be great to hear from Matt on his experiences as well, and hopefully we should all be there for the middle of this week. Carl Smith says, Larrubia and Kevin impressed from the bench. 100% agree, Alex, with that?
Yeah, I think Larrubia was really positive. He was our best chance of scoring in that second half. Kevin as well. I think the attacking intent to run at players, to get round them, the skill, I think fantastic. Occasionally held onto the ball a bit too long, but no, Larrubia was fantastic, and Kevin definitely showed signs of improving. I think they're going to be key players this season.
Absolutely. I think for me, definitely, if I'm Sergio Perez there next weekend, I'm going Dione through the middle, Kevin on the left, Larrubia on the right. That looked brilliant. The midfield as well that he ended with looked really nice and balanced too, with Gennaro, Sangali and Daniel Lorenzo. So I would finish with the team he finished with today. So I think it was good that he learned that and he managed to get his team right in the end. Maybe with just one exception, but I think that's what we need to look at. Frederick says that no doubt we need another striker, and Loren needs to decide, should he stay or should he go? I say go. Hasn't proven anything, even though I really wish he would. He's another one, that in Atletico Malagueño, he was absolutely storming it, scoring goals left, right and centre. He was being looked at by Real Madrid and others, so, what's going wrong with him that he's not putting in the effort to be selecting his team or showing his worth? Technically, he's Malaga's number 9 at the minute. So I think you're absolutely right, Frederick. He needs to decide whether he's staying or whether he's going. And if he's going to stay, he needs to showcase him as a true number 9 and as a true outlet. But for me, as a backup to Dione, him and Roberto just aren't it at the minute. We need one more person, like you say. And Keith Bell says, thanks, Nick and Alex. Really enjoyed it. I think we're going to try and make this a regular thing, Alex. Maybe if we can do it weekly. I know that we've got quite conflicting diaries and some of the games are going to be in the middle of the day on the weekend. So we are going to try and do this as much as we can because I've enjoyed it. Alex, have you enjoyed it?
It's been really good fun. Good to have people along to watch the game and share the pain.
Yeah, exactly. A problem shared is a problem halved, isn't it? But I say from myself, thank you very much for joining us. All the analysis is going to be on the Giri-cast this week. We've got a Vamos le Estadi Nuevo Castilla, something like that anyway, that Matt's going to be releasing early next week. So keep your eye out for that on our socials. We'll be back again middle of the week with a new podcast with the team. And then next weekend is going to be a game against Atletico Madrid B at home at La Rosaleda. I think a few of you are going to be there, which is brilliant. I really hope you enjoy yourselves. So, Alex, thank you very much for joining me tonight.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
No worries. And we'll see you again another time soon. Good night and good evening.